What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Ron's Shed. This morning I cleaned out the shed, well, part of it at least, and rounded up all of my tools. The tools that I'd been keeping in buckets around the house, the tools I'd been keeping in buckets in the shed, in the back of the truck, and got them back to their rightful place in the toolbox. At least this is my one toolbox that is going to be my metric toolbox. Commonly I use metric for just about everything because most stuff is metric now anyway. I do have standard stuff, and there is some standard stuff in this toolbox. But first, let's talk about my toolbox, man. I bought a Cornwell Elite off of Craigslist years ago, and when I bought it, it was a little bit rusty and dusty, and I like it that way. I'm going to keep it that way, and I think it adds to well what it is, and maybe someday, hopefully, I can find a rusty, dusty old bottom and have the whole stack, man. First up, of course, I got my my sockets, and a variety of them. I managed to pick up a bunch of different stuff with this toolbox and other toolboxes, so I actually do have some bling, you know, some snap-on, and well, first and foremost, I got some Matco sockets. These are 18 through 12, and 12 points, and they're great. They're a little bit beat up, worse for wear. And that's part of the charm of them and part of the problem. I guess I probably won't be able to get these warranted, or I wouldn't expect to. And I know a Matco truck ain't gonna stop for me, but it is nice using them, and they are premium quality. The same with these swivel heads I got here, Snap-on. That's a standard English set, and I don't really use it that much. I've cheated it and used it on a metric nuts and bolts before, just to try to get her done, you know, finished up. And if it didn't strip, then so be it. Probably won't be able to, you know, do a whole lot with warranty. And then I guess that's why the big truck brands have the big sticker prices, that and the superior quality. I like using nice tools. I like using nice tools so much that I kind of found a way around it, which is I started buying this Carlisle stuff. This is one of my ratchets, and it's really nice, man. Look at that. It's shallow. It's got like 72 teeth, and if I'm, you know, if I have trouble with it, if it goes out, it's a walk down to Napa to get it replaced. At least for now, while they keep offering this. I don't know how long that will be. And if I was a professional, I certainly would be buying from one of the big trucks. And even as a non-professional, I enjoy their tools. But of course, after buying them and using them for a long time, I found that for what I tend to do, it's not necessarily realistic. You know, while I'm showing you this, I want to show you my favorite ratchet, and that's this Stanley Professional SK knockoff. And I've actually got the original OG SK, you know, round head, simple, easy does it, nice curdled handle. One of those will go in the truck, and to be honest, it's probably the SK, because this Stanley Professional is incredible, man. It is a really nice ratchet, simple, and it works really well for me, man. I got a couple other little sets, 1/4 inch, you know, it runs through different sizes. I'm trying to build a rail with 6-point and 12-point. And you know, it's a treasure trove of little goofy things. You know, this actually kind of comes in handy with my impact. For I don't actually use it to remove anything, but after spraying a good bit of penetrating oil, I will hook up the old Makita and rattle on it for, you know, a few seconds, and then stop and do it again a few minutes later, and I find that busts things loose pretty well. The Makita's not for taking it off as much as it is just to shock the hell out of it, and you know, get it to break free. That is the top of my toolbox. I've got random stuff throughout here. Some anti-foulers, that's embarrassing. Safety glasses. These are cool, man. These are headlight guards, dude. I scored these at a junkyard, and I've actually got them to put on my Isuzu. And then I even fabricated my own little clips to go on them. So actually can't wait to put that on. Maybe I'll do that here this summer. There we have it, the cigarette lighter, and I got some breaker bars in here. When I bought this toolbox, I even kept the cardboard inserts the guy had made, and I just don't see a reason to get rid of them, man. I've got some drawers, see, heaps of Craftsman wrenches. I am missing a couple of numbers on account of me being a goof and not putting my tools away. I've got a couple little fancy brand names, Toolbox Bling, which probably won't focus, but you get the idea. That's a Mac. I got a couple of SKs in 10 and 9. I got some more Toolbox Bling, a busted snap-on ratchet that I really, really like with the flex head, but it's broken. And again, back to the truck box, you know, the tool truck. I couldn't get this fixed anyway. They're not going to give me a new one. I don't have an account with them, but I do really like this thing, and it's a shame it's broken. And maybe what I just need to do is get on eBay and get a new rebuild kit and deal with that myself, and I can go back to using it, because it is really nice to use premium quality tools. I got a drawer of files. I love these simple little Craftsman, probably not even United States. They have served me so well. I've got a junk drawer. Everybody needs one. It even has a calculator and a bunch of other crap. Special tools drawer, you know, scrapers, folding rule. I got a big pickle fork in there. It comes in handy. Drawer of leaking, yeah, well, it's not my favorite drawer. Taps, lifesavers. These are cheap, you know, Craftsman, as you can see. The cigarette place, so my wife won't find it. We'll jump on down. Punches and chisels. Yeah, you gotta have them, man. The more you can have, the better off you are. Custom make them if you got to. They are true lifesavers. Some awful pliers. That area needs to go. Randoms and socket extensions. I just sort of threw my metric randoms in there, and I'm sure I'll grab at them as needed. Got my hammers, and got my, you know, these are proto acetate handle screwdrivers, and they are the absolute best, but they're incredibly uncomfortable for daily electrical work. So they stay in here. I have beat the tar out of this one and actually got afraid I was going to break the acetate handle, so I brought it home, but the tip has just been perfect, man. It will not bend under pressure. Klein screwdriver's garbage in comparison. You really can torque on that. Couple of hammers. Back to, man, at one time I was cruising around pawn shops. I don't do that anymore because I think it's unethical to buy tools at pawn shops. Mostly because man, that's where people's stolen shit ends up. So I bought this. And this is one of those things that you just, why did I buy a snap-on freeze plug installation tool? I don't know why I have that. I will never use that. I cannot fathom a good use for it. Man, I don't know. If I get enough subscribers, I'm going to give that away, and someone else can put it in their toolbox, and they will never use it too, unless they're an actual mechanic. But it's just funny, man. For a few years there, if it said Snap-on, Matco, man, I was buying it left and right. I couldn't get enough, and it was used stuff because, man, I was young. I was working at the farm, so couldn't afford the new stuff. But even today, you know, I'll see it, and if I really think I can use it, I'll pick it up. But that was just goofy, and I thought I might share that because sometimes, just because it's cheap and it says, you know, Snap-on on it, doesn't mean it's practical to spend your hard-earned money on. Man, I got, let me show you this, though. This is cool as hell. One of these little grabby bits, and this is Aircraft Maintenance Co. As you can see, a lot of my tools, man, it's like Grandpa's tools. You know, it's an assortment of collection. I've got some of my Grandpa's tools in here, my dad's tools, and that kind of stuff, and it's, man, you build your box, and then you buy a new box because you filled it up. And that's what I've done. And so I'm going to fill up this Kennedy box behind me, and maybe I'll do another video down the road about it. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for stopping into Ron's Shed. Hit like, or just watch a couple of my videos. If you like my content, let me know, man. I'm going to keep trying to put it out. Appreciate your time. See you next time.